Hi, guys.
Hey, Dads, it's John and Kendall. We're just checking in. It's Thursday night. And if anybody's watching for the first time, we're just a family from Virginia. I do a little bit of reselling and oddball, everything from dumpster diving to whatever to stay out of trouble. My main platform is eBay. And tonight is Thursday, and we're just kind of checking in, kind of getting caught up. I was going to maybe do a little show and tell on some of my dumpster dive this week. Nothing really super spectacular. Maybe talk a little bit about we got going on this weekend. And I'm also going to soak my feet in Epsom salt again because it's really started aching. So I know there's a lot going on with different lives and all that, and we really do appreciate when you do tune in, and understand you do have a choice to go to other places. So, all right, Kendall, let me go grab a few more things out of the back of the truck. The bargain effect, Tommy. How are you guys? Thank you so much, Tommy. Those nice words this morning on y'all's show. That was really nice. I had one of my old roommates here, and he's like, "Hey, John, they're talking about you." So, all right, so I'm gonna go grab a few more show and tell things out of the truck. 2 minutes.
What?
So. Okay. All right. Be sure you're respectful on the phone, Ken, or respectful, okay?
Who's this one?
Please. All right.
Dad, who's this one?
I don't know.
Can I open it?
Be sure you're talking. Don't ignore it.
Okay, but Dad, can I open this?
If it's to you.
Yes, to me.
All right. Be respectful. Okay.
All right, guys. So I got this in the mail for me. It says Miss Kendall Lacey McCormack. Lacey is my middle name, if you guys do not know. So it has cute little doggy sticker, and a doggy sticker. Okay, so it says my name. No, I can't get it. Okay, I just punched a hole in it. That should be good. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it's from my Aunt G. She loves sending me letters. I love sending her letters. She loves sending me and my family letters. Basically me. But it is.
What you got?
Okay. A note from.
All right. Who you got here? Denise, how are you doing? How did your husband's surgery go? Just checking in. Here, I'm just kind of piling some stuff up to show y'all, show and tell.
It's so early, but she said it's time for you to write your Christmas list. But it's so early. Hi.
All right.
Okay. My dad's gonna.
Oh man. So first of all, gotta take these glasses off. I did tell y'all I get the he's healing slowly, Sly. It went well. Good job. Awesome. So we had a pretty good day today, I guess. Couple things going on. I'm a little bit upset with my kids' PTA. But last year we weren't able to get any volunteers, parents that wanted to help with garden club. So we ended up, I said, basically, if we didn't have parent help, I wasn't going to do it. And so we kind of backed off of it a little bit. And so they pulled all of our budget. So we went from 500 down to 0. And this year we have some interest, but I say I'm not going to do the work unless I'm sure I've got a little budget. So, and I work really hard to get stuff donated, so we don't even spend a budget. But anyway, Caroline said, let it go. Volunteer where you're appreciated. So we'll see what happens there. So I ordered a motor mount. So here, couple things. I don't think we got Denise watching. Denise, have you checked out any of the other YouTubers? Have you gone to what is the Joy's channel? Oh man, I messed up my shirt. It's got oil on it. Be the Difference Clothing. I haven't been over there to say hi to her lately. I miss her. So anyway, I ended up what I was going to say is like when you're if you're needing parts or filters or whatever, and Aaron, you're not late, man. We just did a pop in. Kendall, you just missed Kendall. She'll probably pop back on and all that. But anybody that's watching or watches this at a later date, you've got another. You can go out and shop brick and mortar, but you can also shop your internet opportunities. And honestly, I like supporting fellow eBayers and all that. It gives me a chance to give good feedback and see how other people are doing stuff. And so Caroline, my wife's car, got put in the shop this week. Thought I was having transmissions problem with it. It's a GMC Acadia, which I would not recommend buying. But hi, Kelly. How are you? I can put in, if anybody else wants to pop on and hang out a little bit, please come on. I've got to boil some salt to soak my feet and help out. That would be great. So we just kind of got it diagnosed that possibly the engine was a little jerky and all that. So come to find out, got recommended to a shop to go to. The guy basically looked at it for $65, which was awesome. And hi, Kelly.
Hello. That was really quick.
I know, I'm paying attention. So
my camera's over here, but I was watching on this monitor.
That's okay. I saw your setup. You're going to have to tell me how to, I bought, when I first started taking care of my mom, I ended up buying an iPad that I was going to use and a big monitor. I took it. I felt bad because it was like $600, $800. I've forgotten how much it was, but I ended up taking it back. But I kept the monitor. And the other day I was cleaning up behind one of the chests and I found that monitor. It's still brand new in the box.
Wow.
So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But
I got this. This is, I believe it's a 28-inch monitor, and I got it for like $35 at the Goodwill. And it's in pristine condition.
My deal is I need to get an office or somewhere where I'm sitting at our kitchen table right now. So
I'm not going to be on here that long. I ended my day. I started at 4 this morning. And with the exception of a 20-minute eating break and a 20-minute powwow session with Hip Flippin' Daddy, I have been at it all day. So
that's her husband, Hip Flippin' Daddy. Cooper's like, who's Hip Flippin' Daddy? I thought she was Hip Flippin' Mama. So how did your auction go last night?
Oh, it went great.
Good.
It went great. It's always great. It's always a lot of fun, and I love to see everybody, and everybody comes out and supports me.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful. I love it.
Did the other auction, Jerry's auction, he's doing the push now where he's rounding up heaters for everybody around town that need heaters. I sent him a text asking him, hey, are you buying those things wholesale or whatever? Because if you guys are buying, if you're starting to buy like 20, 30 heaters, you need to bypass the box store and get them sent in on a pallet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how they come across their new merchandise. Are you in his area?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I just want to hey man, it's great getting, you're helping out all these people, but let's use that money.
I'm sure he knows.
Better.
I'm sure he knows, John. He's been in business for a long
time. They said they were going to check. I got to stay out of his business, but also it's like I want to find out because I like supporting causes like that where I know the money's going to good people and there's a need and
Yeah.
I like supporting stuff like that. So
Well, I think that his church is helping too.
right, yep. And I like supporting John Carter's church too. He's a good guy. He's a good man.
Oh yeah.
So so I was telling you about Caroline's car getting it diagnosed, and it had a front motor mount that went bad, and then they said it had a power steering leak. And so this is a class act of Jim's transmission. He said, "Hey, who sent you over here?" And I said, "Oh, Boulevard Auto, Henry." And he said, "Well, you need to go back to Henry to get it fixed, because he wasn't trying to steal work away from Henry, which was nice, Henry referred me to Jim. Jim did the work, and now he referred me back to Henry. So I like that. That just in the automotive business, it's neat when you can find people that you can trust.
Right. Absolutely.
So I called Henry up, and he said, "Hey, just bring it in. Let me take a look at it and all that. I'll give you a quote on it." And, well, it was a front motor mount. I said I watched a couple of YouTube videos on it. I ordered the part on eBay. It was $32. It got here today, and then my neighbor down the street, he's like, he graduated from high school like 2 years ago. He was going to go to a military school, decided that wasn't for him. He's like a mechanic, like a diesel mechanic now, and I just love working with him, man. He's full of energy. He's just invested in a bunch of Snap-on tools, and
it's nice to be around people like that.
Oh, it's great. And he's a smart kid, and he's in the trades, which is cool. I was talking to Caroline. Mama saying hi. That's Cooper.
I know.
So he came down. We knocked it out in an hour. The shop said it would be an hour and a half time, and so I ended up paying him $75, and I offered him $100. He said, "Oh no, that's too much." And I said, "All right, 75." He said, "Okay, 75." It was totally worth it. He had the jack stands, the tools, the extension bars, and I was just kind of there as backup, but I'm confident we did the repair just as good as any other shop and all that.
Okay.
So, hey, old school picker, welcome to the chat. So we got that done, and then my mother-in-law, I'm still dealing with my Samsung refrigerator. I still haven't gotten that middle tray yet. Hey, Kathy.
I thought they were going to send it to you.
They said they were, and then they said it was past the 30 days after I purchased it, and it was past the 30 days because.
But I thought you had explained to them.
I have. It's just it's a mess. It really is, and I could go crazy about it, but I'm just going to keep being politely consistent and hopefully get something done. But I needed a water filter for my mother-in-law's that I had bought on clearance, and it was like it's a 6-month water filter, and it's been about 6 months, so the sensor went off. And so I go into the big blue store. Everybody knows which store that is. And the filter was like $28. And my appliance guy, his name is Jimmy, great guy. I said, "Jimmy, well, let's see how much it is on eBay." And it was $14. $14 shipped. And it was brand new, factory sealed. I can't beat that. That's like I'm supporting a fellow eBayer, and it's the same model. So, Jack Garrity's in the house, boys.
Hello, Kathy.
Jack.
See, Jackson.
Oh, Brady. Cooper, you'll run to see Uncle Jack, but you won't run to see Hip Flippin' Mama.
No, that was Uncle Jimmy was one of my old roommates, and so I'm Uncle John, and to my kids, Jimmy is Uncle Jimmy, and he was in my wedding. I was in his wedding. He's here in town.
Are you EV3 Jack?
So
Brady, I think you grew. I do. I think he's grown a couple inches.
He's getting. I tell you, we had dinner at Grandmommy's today, and he was a member of the Clean Plate Club. So eating that lasagna, and then did we have key lime pie? Did you have key lime pie, Brady?
No, I can eat.
What position is he playing in football?
He's not doing football. The coaches want him, but we're not allowing him to play football right now.
Mom said I may play next year.
Oh, mommy did say that. She hadn't talked to me about it. They're playing baseball, and I think Brady's got a tournament this weekend, so Sunday, and Kendall's got
I
cheer.
think cheer. I think Little League is fine. I think middle school is fine. When you get up to high school, it can be a little concerning because of the whole CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is what the movie was all about, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. But my son played ball all through high school. Played ball elementary, middle school, and high school. And he had college scholarship to play football and baseball, but he had to have reconstructive surgery on his shoulder, and he lost his range of motion, so that. But so I'm not one to talk because my son did play very competitive football.
Right. They're busy. I mean, they're playing baseball. They're getting ready to do their basketball, and so it's not like we're sitting at home playing Fortnite or whatever. So.
Well, it just depends how important it is for them. My son used to play football, and the coach used to want to fatten him up, right? My son was 260 in high school, and he wasn't fat, but he would want him to put meat on his bones, and the baseball coach would say, "Hagrid, you're getting fat. You're getting fat," and he wanted him to stay slim, but because the two sports overlapped each other a little bit.
Is Jack allowed to get in the thing?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I can put.
He said hi.
So, hey, Jack, you can join us as long as your dad says it's okay, and I'll put the link in. And you got to have StreamYard, but you got to only come in if your dad says so. Okay.
Why'd you paste him?
Hey, old school picker. Vulture, I am gonna go to bed as soon as I'm done with this. I really just popped in to say hi and profess my love to the family and all of that. And then I'm shutting this all down and going to bed. So getting a little bit to eat and then going to bed. So don't worry, Vulture, I'll be okay.
So I had some good
Thank you for your concern.
Yeah, you do look tired. Some good sales today. I sold one of my toner cartridges that was a DD deal.
He said that he doesn't have StreamYard.
So that was 100% profit outside of shipping. I sold that one of my band uniforms that I had that I'd gotten at a storage unit auction, 99 cents into $50. So that was a good little upside.
That's nice.
That one. What else? A nightlight, Iron Man nightlight, which was cool. And then I've got an inquiry on version 8 or version 9 on some 3D CAD software that was a DD item. So that was cool. And then, hey, I DD'd yesterday. Did you want to see that real quick?
Sure.
Since we got a few people here, I went by my local Fastenal that's closing up and got a couple bags of some lag screws. I'm not sure what I'll do with them. I might donate them to Habitat. But they're 5/16 by 1.5" zinc hex lag. I had some stainless steel machine screws that I ended up donating, or I gave to my buddy Jimmy, or my buddy Ricky at Chick-fil-A. He's a scrapper. So I scrapped that.
That's okay, Kathy. Don't you worry about it a bit, honey. Mwah. Mama loves you.
So whenever they sell rivets, if you ever use a rivet, you're supposed to pre-drill your holes. And a lot of times when they're doing their stocking of the bin stocks, they put the rivets in the bins, but they never put the drill bits in there. And so it's almost like a 1/4-inch size drill bit. So, sometimes you need to pre-drill your holes for screws.
Yeah.
So that's, I got a couple hardened steel drill bits.
Oh, that's nice. I've got a titanium set that goes up to really big, really big.
Here's a let's see. I got to cross off I don't want to show the customer name, but it's like a universal wrist wrap. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's just kind of like I guess a tool holder for your wrist.
Oh, it's just, well, my husband uses those wrist wrap.
Yeah. And then I like getting they put, that company puts all their product. It comes in really thick plastic bags.
Yeah.
This is like a worn one. I used to put these in my work truck to put parts in, but these are all ragged out ones. So I'll put these in my garage. But sometimes they're super nice, and I'll put my product in here to ship out.
I can't remember how many items I listed today. I lost count, but I listed a lot.
So I soaked my feet in Epsom salt for the first time in years this morning.
Did all your dead skin come off?
I didn't have time. I soaked it for like 30 minutes, and then I was out the door with my buddy Oliver doing odd jobs and all that. So this is the everybody knows about the cosmetic store that everybody dumpster dives.
Yeah.
Where they talk about, cosmetic soup, and they're resetting the displays and all that, and they just throw this stuff away.
What are you going to use that for, though?
Now, check this out. So I don't know if I'll do this or not, but I might. So I got a couple of these, and then I got a couple of these.
You know what that would be good for?
What?
Holding your rolls of vinyl. You could slip your rolls of vinyl in there, and it wouldn't come unraveled.
Check this out. You make it like an Art Deco lamp.
Oh, no.
Look at that.
Only you would think of that.
It's pretty cool, huh? I don't know what I'll do with it. Even if I just own it for a week. I owned it for a week.
Hello, Destiny. Show it to Destiny. Show her the thing with the holes.
All right, so this is...
Destiny, wouldn't that be good to put rolled vinyl in? You could put rolled vinyl in that. Keep it from unrolling.
So I've got about 4 of those. So I was going to stack that like that. I think these were the holders originally.
Is that okay?
And then I was going to light it up.
Hi, Kendall.
Hi.
Is that okay to send?
So I don't know what I'll do with these. We'll see. If anybody's interested in them, let me know.
Yes.
Jack wants in.
Can I send it?
That's a yes.
Yeah, you got to. All right, let me paste it, Jack. There you go. So you got to load your StreamYard in Chrome on your computer, and then you can click on that link, and it should open up your StreamYard, and you can hang out.
All right, buddy. I'm going to jump off here. I just wanted to say hi. Hi, Mama.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, that's a good find right there.
That's pallet wrap, box wrap, whole roll, brand new.
That's a good find.
I mean, it ain't even unwrapped. It's like they just threw it away. They didn't want to mess with it.
That's a good find.
And then I got a whole.
Wrap your shoes in that before you send them.
Is Jack gonna get on?
So I got a whole box, and this is like, you think, oh man, I wish I'd hit it big. These curling irons and all that, And I don't have time. I don't spend time looking at it while I'm in the dumpster. But
is the curling iron in there?
No, it's not in here. But occasionally you can get different things. Like this is a cord.
Destiny, that's what I told them. It's exactly what I told them. You could put rolled vinyl in there.
And that
What are those?
it was in the
Some sort of spring parts. I don't know. We'll see. But what I was... Look, this is a neat curling iron.
Mm-hmm.
But look at what came with it.
So out of that big box, you got a comb.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a comb. I don't know. I mean, it's going in the trash. brand new. I'll throw this box away. I don't think. Do you think anybody with Source's curling irons needs an empty box? I've got iPhone boxes for sale.
No, I don't think anybody needs an empty curling iron box.
So I'll recycle those. But
Old school picker, that's a good thought, but I think those holes are too big.
so, like, look, this is a Paul. Was it Paul Mitchell?
Hey, Aaron.
But I got a pink cord, so I can put this on a brand new cord. Put this on a lamp or something.
Yeah, you could.
Just what I need. More junk, huh? Or what's this, Brady? Yep. See, another cord. I don't. Oh, you know what this is? You know why there's cords in here?
Because they've cut them off and they're
Right.
using them for display.
Correct. That's it. So these all came in new. They cut the cords off. They threw the boxes out.
You could recycle those for the copper inside them.
I could. Yeah. These might be good for my whisk lamps though too. So anyway, that's some of my dumpster dives.
Well, I'm going to get off here, babe, and I'm going to go to bed.
All right, buenas noches. Thanks for stopping in. Jack, where's Jackie?
I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hi, everybody. Hello, Aaron Marcus. And say hi to you and the kids and Mama. And go to bed.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, guys. Love you. Have a good night, John.
All right,
I'm glad your Bible study's going well.
Oh, yeah, it was good. Matter of fact, I plug into two. One is my men's group where we just do a lot of at our church. And then there's where I had done a yard sale a couple months back. When I hadn't found my men's group, they invited me out to their Bible study. So they actually do a study. And today we're talking about prayer. So it was kind of neat.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, honey. I will talk to you later.
All right. Go to bed.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, kids.
Bye, Brady. Brady, you can say hi. Brady's sitting right next to me, but he's off camera.
That's okay.
You see his little head?
I see his head. Good night, baby boy.
Montana Picker, welcome, welcome. So anyway, I was going through my curling irons that I had dumpster dived, and I was like, all these have come with cords, but what happened was they basically had gotten the new curling irons in the store, and they cut the cords right off. And threw away the cord. So if I was like super onto it, but I don't dive that dumpster enough, I bet you somebody would save these cords, and then when they cycle out, maybe this time next year, they throw away the old curling irons, you'd have the cords and all of it. That's too much work. So that's the cords. I was just kind of going through and seeing what I got in my dumpster dive here. And these actually would be appropriate to do if I was wiring up a small lamp or whatever. So I'll probably just throw all these boxes away. I did find something cool. I'll go through this later. Water. So nice comb, although it wouldn't work on my head. It's getting kind of thin. I'm not sure I need that. I've got to find one little socket, and I found this cool. It's called an LED plate. LED light panel. I need to look it up and see what it possibly retails for. But this was at the top of a display, and I guess they put like a color vinyl. Destiny, you'd probably be interested in this. And then this would light up. But I've got the power cord over here, but I don't have the plug that goes into the converter box. So anyway, so that's another project I've got going on. I'm going to keep popping in, pasting in the, if anybody wants to pop in. you guys are welcome too. So, okay, so that was number two. So the second thing is I ordered a water filter for my refrigerator, for my mother-in-law's refrigerator. 28 bucks at Lowe's, $14 on eBay, factory sealed, on the way. So get that done. So again, I will mention if you know, it's okay to source your parts off of eBay. There's a lot of e-commerce going that way. So yeah, it might be. I want to see how bright it is. I think it's pretty bright. When I was lifting the display, and it was a steel display, and it was super heavy, that light thing actually slid out, and I didn't know that it was in there until after it slid out, and it kind of chipped or cracked one of the corners. But LED is normally pretty tough. I think it's going to be really cool. It's, you know how you have your converter box, and you have a three prong plug that goes in. That's kind of like a triangle shape, and then it goes into the wall. This one's a 2-prong plug. So, yes, sir. It's on top of the white box in the kids' toy room, right in the window.
Did you fix it or what?
I think so. Hopefully.
So I can watch YouTube? No.
Maybe try.
Okay.
So, so that I'll let you guys know when that gets working. So the third thing I did service-wise today is I ended up I've got some sort of reception tower from Sprint that I've been trying to get working, and I had a download speed of 28 and an upload speed of 6. He said that was great. I'll believe it when I see it, because I've been losing like cell phone reception, you know, when I'm trying to list at night or check comps and all that.
Dad,
I'm not getting good internet.
I still can't watch.
Why is it not? We'll figure it out. I'll take it in. Maybe take it in. Just leave it out so I can work on it. So I delivered today. I actually had an Amazon sale, so that was exciting. And it was some Nike headbands. And then I shipped off the 3 things I was telling you guys about earlier: toner cartridge, marching band uniform from West Knoxville, Tennessee, and a Iron Man nightlight. So, and then I've got an inquiry on some software. So that's what I've got going on eBay wise. The glitches and all that, I don't know if it's helping me, hurting me. I haven't spent much time trying to update. I am trying to do at least 1 listing a day. Just to kind of keep things active in the store. I need to be listing more projects coming up. I've got trying to get some bigger ticket items since I haven't pulled together my stuff for my Christmas show. I'm doing those whisk lights, and I'll update you guys on those when I get those started. I did buy some lamp rod last night, which is the threaded rod that goes on the inside of a lamp that you can thread wire up through, and a couple sockets, and I've got to get going on that, because I'm a procrastinator, waiting until the last minute to get these things done. And I don't want to wait till the last minute. I'm just kind of going into this show. I'm not going to get stressed out about it. I've got to make back my $150 booth fee, and then everything else is pretty much icing on the cake, because by the time you cycle through it about 3 times, your cost is nothing. You're just ready to get rid of it. So I'm hoping we can find new homes for a lot of stuff. We're the garden seed update. I'm not even sure. I've kind of briefly done with the staging unit. Oh, I did turn in my 10-day notice on my storage unit, and so I've got to be working on getting that out. And my unit, my staging unit is filling up. I went over to a client's house yesterday, and she's going through boyfriend-girlfriend separation and just some old furniture. She had some Lane furniture, was not mid-century modern. Pretty much, you hate to tell them that it's just not a desirable piece. Said I would donate it. So I took it out of the garage. Then I saw it was Lane. I said, maybe we can make some money on it. I've listed it locally, haven't gotten any hits on it. And it's taking up space in my staging unit. And I need the space in the staging unit to be empty so I can get the rest out of my storage unit by next week. So if I don't have any hits on that stuff in the next couple of days, I am going to basically take it over to the restore, donate it, keep the receipt, and give it back to the client. I'm meeting a new client tomorrow on somebody that I'd met at a yard sale. She had her house up for sale. I was interested in the house, but it's a 4-bedroom brick rancher right in our neighborhood. But she wants $310,000 for it. Too much. Not interested. And but I had first right. That was neat that she gave me the opportunity, but the numbers just weren't adding up. We were possibly looking at it as a rental property, and then possibly a move in as we got older for some 1-floor living. But the numbers weren't working. So, but she called me back as I had offered to maybe help her get rid of some of her other stuff on Marketplace, and I kind of go in and do an assessment, no charge, and then say, hey, it's kind of an investment of my time, because I tell them, I said, I might not make any money on this deal, and I might make some, but the idea is just to get your foot in the door, and I like getting this stuff is like when they've moved or they're getting down to the nitty gritty to the end, and there's just that pile of stuff that they just don't want to mess with anymore. That's the stuff I like messing with, because they're just ready to get rid of it. They'll say haul it to Goodwill, haul it to the dump, and there's most of the time good value in some of that stuff, and you're helping them out, they're helping you out, and all that. So Aaron Marcus is in the house. There he is.
What's going on?
Hey man, it's the first time I've had you on my live, isn't it?
Never mind the mess behind me. It's a mess.
Oh, that's okay.
It is. It's only the second time I've ever been live.
Oh, good. I seem to be, for some reason, I've had a couple people on the channel that they've gone live for their first or second time. So it's kind of cool. That because I'm like a caveman when it comes to technology. So it's like, man, I love passing it on, and it is actually easier than most people think. But it does, you got to turn if you've got your channel opened up on another channel, you got the volume on and all that. It takes a little bit of figuring all that out. So we're going to go in tomorrow and see what she got. Another friend that I was helping out with, where I got that living furniture. I think she was surprised that I was available as quickly as I was, because she said she needed help, and I was there within a day or two, so she didn't have chance. Hey, Jack.
Hello. Hi.
What's up, buddy? So Jack's
Is it working now?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
Hi.
So Aaron,
How you doing, Jack?
Jack's my buddy's son, and of course now the boys come running down because they see Jack on the line. So so Aaron, what do you do during the day? Are you full-time reseller or you're retired?
For some reason, I'm having a problem.
You what?
I'm having a problem with my internet right now. Let me see what's going on here.
I can hear you clearly, but I guess, are we coming in like kind of spotty?
Yeah, it keeps cutting in and out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
If you've got to
I'm catching like every other word.
Yeah, if you've got to pop back on and off, I don't think it's my end. Jack, can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. Everybody else, number one,
Let me find out what's going on.
Everybody hear us good? I guess Aaron's having trouble hearing us.
Oh, well, I'm using earbuds, so nobody else can hear.
Oh. Liam, buddy.
I haven't had a problem in a second. I think we're good.
Hey, Liam, when are you going to get a haircut? You need a haircut, man.
Earbuds.
Get over here to Uncle John. I'm going to give you a haircut, Liam. That hair's getting a little long, Liam.
Jack just got muted.
He muted himself.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're testing it out, Jack. Is this the first time you've done StreamYard?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure when you do it, make sure you've got your dad's permission, okay?
Yeah, he said I could. I'm using his computer.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that might be another thing. I'm on mobile, and they said mobile's experimental at the time. So maybe that's why I'm having issues.
Maybe so.
I don't know. It's kind of working now.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, Aaron, but in our area, like we've got all these fall festivals going on. You know,
It's going in and out.
the churches and the schools and all that are.
Jack,
Yeah.
are you EV3, Jack?
Yes.
Alright.
I have a knife.
What?
Where's your knife?
I
Where's
don't know.
that big knife? Where'd that knife go? Where did we put it? Oh.
Wait.
Jack, where's your knife?
It's right here.
Let me see it. Nah, that's nothing, man. That's our knife. Where you got one bigger than me?
No,
What about your dad's machete? He's got a machete, doesn't he?
I think so.
We forget
But I don't think
in
he's.
the camera.
Wait, Jack, do you have a YouTube channel?
No.
No.
Ow.
I
Wait
just-
for.
Where? You can type
Hey,
in.
Tara, this is yeah, you may have to, I don't know, sign off and then click back on, maybe. Who knows? All
Yeah,
right.
he's got like a big one.
Where's he? Where's Uncle Jimmy?
I have a better knife now.
Oh, that's a real one. I should send Cooper up to go get my sword upstairs. See how that goes.
I will literally
Don't mess it up.
and get a katana. I will. I will literally.
Sharp.
Be
Very
careful.
sharp. Very sharp. Gerber.
Oh yeah, be careful. What, Kendall? Yeah, there's Kendall's Cuisinart.
Oh, God.
Oh man. All right, put that back up, Kendall. You saw it, Uncle Jimmy. You've probably seen this sword, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You saw all those.
Is that your grandfather's sword?
Yeah. One of them's I think Mark's got the Nazi one.
The last time I saw that sword, John, we were living in that apartment
I know.
in
Man,
Lakeside.
like 20 years ago, at least.
Yeah.
I put you on that. What you gonna do about it?
All right, so have y'all been in the yard sales lately, Jack?
No.
Do you miss going or would you like to go?
I don't know.
If you were going, what would you be looking for?
Nothing.
I'm not sure.
Would you be looking for games? All right, let's see which
He'd
one.
be looking for earpods.
This one. This is kind of nice, guys. I don't know.
I bet we have a bigger knife than you now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least it's longer.
Yeah, so these were from my grandfather. I'm not sure what the I need to really probably have it more researched.
Let's we.
Can't see that.
Who's on your phone typing all that stuff? Like,
That's Liam.
Oh,
Liam, stop.
and then so you can imagine how big it is, but it's got like embossing on the.
Oh yeah.
This is probably not like a super original
Yeah,
one.
what games do you play on your Chromebook?
I don't play games on my Chromebook.
Not on your school Chromebook?
I mean, if I'm allowed to.
Like, do you play Idle Breakout?
No, I used to play that last year.
All right, Cooper, just take Chase back up and don't mess with the other one, okay?
What do you play now?
I don't play games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You better get to bed. It's like 8:18, 8:10.
All right,
8:10.
so just for all y'all that are watching, oh, Aaron, you're back.
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay.
When it put earbuds in and got it closer. I was you were showing those blades. I have an auction going on right now for these old World War II air medals.
Oh yeah.
I have this is the air medal, and I have 2 of these distinguished flying crosses.
Wow. Are those World War II or one?
They're World War II, but unfortunately, they're not engraved on the back. If they were, they'd be worth a ton of money.
Right.
But these are worth a ton of money to me. I think they're like $91 right now on auction.
Wow. I've got my grandfather's Purple Heart. That probably everybody says if there's anything in your house, if your house is on fire, what would you grab? And I'd say my granddaddy's Purple Heart. But honestly, right now, I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere in my house, but I would never sell it. But yeah, I knew it was World War II because that's the same box my grandfather's Purple Heart's in.
Yeah, it's a really neat find. Unfortunately, I found it in a box of stuff with pictures and everything, but I didn't want the clutter because as you probably can see behind me, I got a mess already, and I left the pictures and everything behind, and now I'm so mad now because people have asked me who was he.
Yeah, that would have given it a little confidence on it. So,
yeah. But they're still, even with that in the listing saying that I don't know where they came from.
Right.
They're still up to like $91 for the three.
Was that a storage auction deal or a estate sale?
It was I guess basically a estate sale. The person bought the house because it flooded.
Right.
And the previous tenant, whoever owned this, left all their stuff in the house.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat, and it's like I had a whole bunch of little stuff from about a box of stuff. And like here was his old patches. Yeah. It's the 147th Fighter Wing.
Oh, you should come in here.
They're no longer around anymore. It was Ellington Field. It's pretty neat. It was a pretty neat find. I don't get a lot of cool finds, but when I do, it's kind of fun.
I've got an old it's like a jean jacket, but it's brown denim, I guess. And my granddaddy sold all these military patches on. And it's like the last time I was at the flea market, somebody was like, hey, would you take $30 for it? And I'm not to the point where I'm ready to get. I'm probably going to put like $150, $200 price tag on it. But it's I haul it around in my my truck right now.
Nice, come in here.
And then all the veterans end up, saying, "Hey, man, for this or that." And I say, "Hey, my dad was retired military. I was just a military brat." So
right, yeah, I have right underneath here is my box of all my memorabilia, but it doesn't. It's not as cool as it used to be to me. It's in a box now. I mean, eventually, one day it will be, but
you kind of just grow out. It's just like all my Boy Scouts.
No, it's a little slow.
I collected. I've got patches from back in the 60s and 70s, and
it's up to date.
I'll eventually, since I didn't go into scouting, I'll eventually probably end up getting rid of all that stuff. But it just doesn't take up enough space right now that So Patricia, those boys are my. They call me Uncle John. It's one of my best buddies, and that's his kids. So my boys are on. What are you guys doing? They're watching. What do you watch? TikTok.
TikTok.
So I'm just sorting through paper, kind of figuring out what I've got to go. Like I said, tomorrow I've got to. Get the kids on the bus. Right now, I don't have any sales on eBay, so I have no shipping. I've got to run seeds up to the elementary school for the first graders to kind of sort and put rubber bands around. Home Depot donated at least $1,000. It's more than that, but of garden seeds, and I've got a good relationship with them where I kind of get it in hands of churches, nonprofits, schools, anything that's kid related that does gardening. In my school, the kids school right now, there's just not any parents that have shown a desire to help with the garden. So I'm, kind of a little bit disappointed, but also I'm still, what pen?
Okay.
I got to get rid of these seeds because they do get overwhelming.
Hi, Kendall.
They're a lot.
Do they go bad? I mean, I don't know much about farming. Will they go bad if they don't get used?
Well, it depends on how you store it, but they can last up to about 4 or 5 years. Now they drop off a little bit each year on being effective, but I've got seeds from like 4 years ago that I can still use, like radish seeds and all that. I'm too tight to, some of the seed packs are like $2.53, $4 a pack. So if they're free, they're the right price for me. And working with the kid, you plant herbs like the basil and the cilantro and dill, and you can get peppers. And then I had one lady said I would love some for my grandkids, but I'm only interested in organic or non-genetically modified.
Molly, come in here.
Because there are some seeds that are supposedly fruit will not reproduce, and the manufacturers want that, so you have to go back and buy seeds again next year.
I don't know.
They don't. Oh, that's cool. That's crazy. Why do they do that for safety reasons?
They do that for money.
What's up, Brady?
Because you think you could take one little tiny tomato seed, propagate that seed, grow it, and you could have 1,000 tomato seeds.
Right.
Out of a tomato, you'd never have to buy a seed again if you wanted to do that. But there's some seeds that they've designed where the seed that grows in that fruit cannot be replanted. So you've got to go buy new seeds from the company.
Yeah.
So that's why people say, hey, I want organic seeds. I want heirloom seeds. I don't want any that have been like cross-propagated with different varieties of peppers and stuff like that. I want the original strain, God strain, I guess, or whatever, So
yeah, I don't know much about gardening, but I know I don't have a green thumb, that's for sure. Everything I buy, I kill. I'm so terrible at plants. I don't know what it is. Only plants I have now are silk plants.
So there are some peddling profits that are heirloom. Some of the tomatoes. There's a watermelon, I think. All right, Brady's taking off. He said goodbye.
Bye, Brady.
And I started pulling aside my organic and heirloom seeds and trying to learn a little bit on how to save and get them for next year. There's tons of it, whether you're not like your salt of the earth or prepper or whatever. It's kind of good to know how you can just like the you eat a green pepper, you open up the pepper, there's all your seeds.
Right.
Tomatoes are kind of the same way. The disadvantage is you don't know what strain of pepper that is when you buy it at a grocery store or whatever. Your best place to, if you're wanting quality stuff, is to go to like a farmer's market, because you've got the diehards there. They're only organic, only heirloom. They're just like, it's just like Lego people, adult fans of Legos. It's only Legos, no Mega Blocks, no, it's only Legos. So it's only heirloom.
Right.
So the thing on this is you can't. I don't sell any of these seeds. I just get them to the, if somebody's interested in them, I can, if they want to pay for postage, I can mail them seeds. And all I ask is the kid, make sure you plant them, do something with the kids, teach kids how to garden. Last year there was a guy that you guys know I do a little bit of I guess ministry on people that have been in prison. And one of the gentlemen that I met that did some prison ministry, he was going to some community fair or whatever. And I said, hey, take these seeds with you. And he said, I don't, I said, take them. Trust me. And so I gave him my whole stash of seeds. And about a month or two later, I hadn't heard from him. And I called him up. I said, hey, man, you got any, I need my seeds back. He said, dude, they took all the seeds. He said, I couldn't believe it. They were so excited because it was a chance for, these dads that had been locked up. They're out now. They're trying to make a new relationship with their kids, and gardening was it. They're sitting there digging in the dirt, getting dirty, planting seeds, that one-on-one time. And it was a cool little outreach. And I was like, hey man, I'm glad you got rid of them. It was kind of cool. So I don't know.
That is cool. And it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You did good. They did good.
Yeah.
I kind of see that. I work in the county, and the inmates are the ones that do like not the gardening, but the cutting the grass and stuff.
Right.
And they're good, hardworking guys, but they just can't keep out of trouble.
Yep.
Some of the guys have been they're called trustees. Some of the trustees I've seen there. I've been in the county out for 10 years, and I've seen the same guys over and over throughout the years.
Right.
And then when you see them, you're like, "Hey, Mike, what are you doing in there again? Oh,
What's that?
I didn't pay my child support, or
Right.
got in a fight with my brother-in-law, and he called the cops." And it's like you're just
They-
like, "Man, can you not just do good? Stay out of jail?"
it's like, okay, so it's like, you try to punish them or whatever, but unless they need more support on the outside than they do on the inside.
Right.
And it's almost like, I've never had to experience AA or any of those things, but it's almost like that. You need it. Those guys and those women need sponsors as soon as they get out, because they're starting over. They've got to get driver's license in some cases because they've let their licenses expire. They've got no credit. They've got terrible money management. They can't get cell phones. And this day, you've got to have a phone to stay in touch. They can't get a mailbox because a lot of times you've got to have a permanent address, and nobody wants to rent to certain people with certain backgrounds. And I not that I'm sold out on being an advocate, but I'm sold out on being on these guys. They need like a mentor or somebody to hold their hand that's halfway normal, to go to guns for them, because it was kind of like, one of my buddies had gotten written a check. Nobody would cash his check because he didn't really have a good address or an ID. And I said, well, I'll cash it on my account. I said, you see, I've got a little balance in my checking account. Cash it, give the guy the money, and stop treating him like a bum.
Yeah.
So,
It's got to be tough. And then no one trusts you. You can't get a job because no one trusts you. Yeah. That's a tough one.
I mean, one of them like got a bicycle, okay, for transportation, was perfect. He went to another outreach program. Guess what they gave him? Another bicycle.
Mhm.
And he said, well, I already have one bicycle. He said, well, just take it. It helps our numbers. And I'm just like, oh, man, that's messed up. Because everybody was like, well, he can't be in that program because then we'll lose funding over here. It's all about the money,
Right.
And then, it's like when you're on the inside, you eat and drink what they tell you to. When you're on the outside, if your coffee's cold or it doesn't taste good, you get a new coffee. You dump it out, you get a new coffee. They I couldn't understand the concept of walking in, trying 5 or 6 different coffees at the Wawa, standing there drinking coffee, conversing with people, and you didn't even have to pay for it,
Right.
And it's just like, you deserve respect. Until you give me a reason not to help you, I'm going to help you. So
Yeah. And it's good that you're passionate about that, and it's good that you help them. It's hard though. It's hard.
yeah, because they do let you down. Maybe I've
And
let you
that's
down too, but
yeah. I remember one day I stopped to buy some guy outside a grocery store one day some stuff, and he wanted money, and I went back in, bought him stuff, and I literally watched him turn around and try to sell it to the person that right behind me. I was like, man, I wasted my time on you. But you have to do good and let God sort that out.
Well, that's the thing. You can only control what you do.
Right.
You can't control what they do. It's you've made the effort. One time I had a guy. I said, "What are you gonna do with this money?" He said, "Buy drugs." I said, "Hey, here's $5."
Yeah.
He was honest, and I helped him out. And who knows? The ones that I hate are the parking lot scammers, where they're like, "Oh man, my car broke down. I need some money, and I'm trying to get up to Washington." And I'll say, "Hey, get in the car, man. I'll run up. Let's go fill your whole tank up. I'll fill your whole car up with gas. Let's go." Oh no, it's okay. I just need $5. No, it's like, I'll give you lunch money. They're scam. I said, you're a scammer. So I'd leave. And then, 5 minutes later, they're scamming somebody else. I'd drive by. Hey, he's scamming. He's asked this. He's been out here for the last 2 hours,
Yeah.
Just tell
Because they're up to no good. Be honest. Yeah. It is all about being honest. Everything's about being honest, though. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
I think I have to go now. Go to bed.
Okay. Hey,
Uh-oh.
thanks for popping in, Jack. Say hi to your dad, Aaron, Molly, Liam, and tell your dad we need to hang out sometime, okay?
Okay.
All right, sounds good. I love you.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Like,
All right.
so that's he's not really your uncle. You're not really his uncle, or what was
No,
the story?
no. We were just,
No.
I was roommates with his dad, and we
Oh,
just
okay.
kind of grown up together. And so he calls me Uncle John, and my kids call him his dad Uncle Jimmy. So we're not related other than we were just roommates back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, I have a mess here. This is my messy room. I've been trying to get it organized, and it seems like every time I get close to getting organized, I do something else to it, and I make it more mess. I'm like, man, why do I keep making a mess?
Well, didn't you comment about how clean my staging unit is?
Yeah,
And
I did.
It's like neat, but the rest of my house is a mess. I mean, my garage, I finally started making a dent in there. I put my notice in on my storage unit, and I told somebody I'm just going to have to donate or trash some of this stuff. I can't bring it into my other unit.
Right.
And I'm like, why the heck have I kept this for so long? But it's just not worth the mental. I just got to let it go. I got to let it go. So
Donate it and let it go. Yeah. And that's what we were doing. We had a garage sale last weekend. And after the garage sale, I just grabbed the box and I was like, I've had this way too long. I had this way too long.
oh, that's awesome.
And I brought it to but it's hard because you're like, man, I know that's worth some money, but it hasn't been worth money yet. So obviously it's not worth money.
And then you like donate it and you're like, man, chances are it's probably going to end up in the dumpster, or, you hear these horror stories of,
right.
You donate glassware and they're just chunking it into bins and breaking it. And you're just like, man, this stuff kind of deserves a little bit of respect maybe, but it's the throwaway society that we're in. And we're so spoiled in America. We've got so much stuff.
Oh, we do.
I mean, it's out of hand. It really is when you really think about it.
Well, in this generation, I don't think they don't collect as much as we used to. I mean, not that I collected a lot of stuff, but there's too many things to collect nowadays. Every year there's something new and better and
right.
cooler, and they don't get attached to it. Yeah, 10 years from now they'll be like, oh yeah, I used to have those, whatever it is, but they're not attached to it. Like if you show me something Star Wars from the 80s, I'm gonna be all googly eye for it because that's what I had, and I didn't have much of it because my parents struggled to get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how it is nowadays for the kids. I mean, going back to the Pokemon cards back in the day, me and my son, I helped him collect the first 3 complete sets. It was the original set, Jungle set, and the set after that. I forget the name of it right now. And we had all 3 sets completely. He opened them, put them straight into his little protectors.
Yeah.
And the other day I found out he sold it for like $20. I'm like, what? You know how much money I spent? How much time I spent with you doing that? Right. You just got rid of it for $20? Oh. And now, it would be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
But he's like, I didn't care for it. I'm like, whatever, dude. What else? There was another thing he did. Oh, a guitar. I bought him a guitar one time, and he wanted to pawn it. And I'm like, no. The pawn shop's going to give you like $20 for it. Here's $20. It's mine now. There was a Gibson. Not a Gibson. A Stratocaster. What is that one called?
Yeah, that's right. Stratocaster. So, hey, Myra, if you're listening, so you remember you sent that card to Kindle that had all the celebration stamps on it, and none of them had gotten canceled, and I had pulled them all off. I had to send a check to my sister down in Yorktown, Virginia, and the other, I'd take my packages in to have them weighed, and they give me a receipt, and I gave them that envelope, and she stamped it. And she was looking at the stamp because it was kind of peeling up on one edge. And she said, oh, it didn't stick down too good. And then she just kind of stuck. I didn't say anything because, cross your fingers. If it's been used, it's supposed to be considered null and void. But I don't know any, that's like throwing away 50 cents if it's not canceled,
I saw you doing that the other day, and I work in a building where people send express mail all the time, and they use stamps, and they don't cancel them, and it's like the $14.25 stamp for the express mail.
Yeah, the international ones, yeah, or I got you.
I always think about pulling them off. I did it one time. I never used it though. I was all scared to use it, but I was like, they didn't cancel it. Why not?
Back in the day when you had to lick stamps and you had that, you licked it and you stuck it on. I remember my granddaddy taking them and cutting the corner off the envelope and soaking them in water, and they would right off the paper, and then you took Elmer's glue and you just glued it right back on the envelope. And the new ones, are a little tougher, but just the things we used to do, the blast from the past.
Oh yeah. I always think one of these days I'll probably get back into doing it again, because hey, if I save $1 or $2 on postage, that's a lot of money now. I've spent a lot of money in postage.
Right. I should probably get a little better on it. I just I better figure out how to do. They said you can ship through PayPal shipping.
I think Hip Flippin' Mama does it through her for her auction. I don't know how to do it.
I need to find out about it, because it is a big difference from going from like eBay shipping to going to the post office, and it's 13 ounces at the post office and it's 16 ounces, 1 pound on eBay. You still get first class, and that's a big difference. That 13 ounces to 16.
Well, not only what about pirate ship? Have you tried that? I don't. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, I just heard a lot of not a lot, but they just said it's now that it's gotten where eBay's just as competitive, especially if you're a top seller status, your discounts and all that. So Anna Moore is in the house. Hey, Anna Moore.
Hey, I just got a sale. I haven't had a sale all day, but look what it was. It is the coolest thing I found. I don't know if you can see it though.
Oh yeah.
They're from, where's my camera? There it is. They're like prescription glasses from like the 50s, 60s. They were in a bowling bag.
So those are what called horn rim, right? Horn rim glasses.
I called them cat's eye, but I think one of the two. They were cat's eye prescription bifocals is what I call them.
You'd like those since you're in the house.
They were really cool. I don't know if you can see the detail in them, but yeah, they just sold finally. I just got them not too long ago at a yard sale.
So Peddling Profits has said, let me see, highlight this. Do you do wholesale or branding for others? I don't. Did anybody watch? I actually watched the Justin RVA Flips video. I think it was today, and somebody had called him out on how to pay your bills when you're not wholesaling and this and that. And I honestly, I'm been doing this 3 years now. I'm still trying to figure out my niche. Wholesaling. Thanks for the thumbs up, Anamora. The niche of just keeping things exciting. Uncle Jimmy at one time, Jack's dad, he used to install storm doors for Lowe's, and that would just be boring doing storm doors every day. The side work, storm doors. I like different stuff. When my handyman business, was that yours? Was that paid? Somebody's phone went off.
I think that's you. Was
it? Now I got to find my phone because Kendall had it. I have no idea where my phone is, but I heard it cash. I just like the different stuff. But that being said, doing the different stuff, it takes more time. You got to build individual listings. You've got to store it. There's not consistent storage, and it's not as profitable in some cases. I'm kind of changing my business model, and I've been speaking this for probably the last 6 months. I want higher ticket items. I don't this $10 and $15 nickel and dime. It's great when you could flip $1 into 10 or 15, but then by the time you spend the same amount of effort shipping, printing the label, going to the post office on a $10 to $15 item that you do, on the $50, $60 item.
Yeah, but the risk is a little bit bigger because you're putting a little more up front.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear you though. I've been struggling.
So
Like, I'm
like,
part time, so I know exactly what you're saying.
part-time too, and it's just kind of like, but my game right now, I just want to clean out my stuff. You know, it's just like I'm kind of trying to cut back my retail arbitrage, but I'm still looking. I'm still, you know, you're hunting. Walgreens is one of my favorites, and you hit one Walgreens, you hit the other. They're all on different clearance schedules. I like the special order stock numbers at Lowe's, you know, where people order stuff and then they decide they don't want it. They don't like putting that back in their inventory. They just want it off the shelf. And so sometimes you catch them, and the best time to shop that is at the end of the month because they're trying to get their numbers up a little bit. And it's, you know, buying that stuff and, you know, and knock on wood, most of that special order stuff, all of it's been sold on eBay before, you know, faucets and all that. You'd be amazed at how many faucets are sold on eBay. And, you know, contractors are tight. You know, you have a $160 faucet, you buy it for $92 on eBay, and you can sell it to your customer for $152.
Right.
So they've got the upside to it too, you know. So just trying to figure it out. How do you know?
I think that's, you say you want to do higher ticket items. I don't mind lower ticket items. I just want to find more quantity. You
Right.
know, one
So
like
you
one
want to
item.
You want to
10
do
of them.
you want to do replenishables where you build a listing.
Yeah.
You got 10. So I've got an item on Amazon right now. It's a Nike headbands, and I'm either in the buy box or close to it because I can always tell when my pricing, because I've got other sellers that are selling it, but lately it's been in the buy. I'm like right around the buy box because I've been, you know, a couple orders a week.
Right.
And it's not, you know, and again, like it's easy. I slap it in a plastic bag. I put some cardboard around it. I put print the invoice, put in an envelope, tape on the envelope, put the label up, and it's done. So,
right. But
and
either way,
that I bought at a damaged freight store, and I just watched what other back in the day when I was learning about FBA, other FBA guys were doing. They were buying by the pallet. And they were nice enough to give me, you know, like, you know, 150 of these guys.
Right.
Hey, you can have some. Yeah, go ahead. We're sending them off.
Yeah, I don't. But then you miss the fun of hunting for stuff and finding cool stuff if you go that route.
Yeah.
'Cause that's kind of the fun part is like all these, I don't know, all these old patches I bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything worth anything in here really, but it was fun to go through them and
Right.
see some of the old stuff like
So
Marlboro.
that reminds me of my buddy Ricky, the Chick-fil-A guy. He writes off the companies like Marlboro, like Kodiak, and asks if they've got any freebies like promotional items like stickers and all that. And he does get stickers and stuff back from the companies. They send him out stickers.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh man, I do have something really cool here. I don't know where I put it right now. I'm gonna find it. Let me.
Hey,
where did I put it? It should be right here.
Kendall, bring in my phone, please, because I think the cash register went off. I want to check on it.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at this. This is neat.
I thought it did. Was it somebody else's phone?
Yeah, it did.
I thought it was yours. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay. Yep. Now for it. Okay. Is that
35 years.
Hey.
all right? So
Tough
turn it.
links. For. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see the name. It's DuPont.
Huh?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, for DuPont. Yeah, you do good for those.
And these are gold. These are gold. Well, no, these have a weird marking on them, but the diamonds, they're definitely diamonds.
Koopa.
And in this thing too, I don't know if you can see. It's a tie bar. I don't know if you can see the tie bar. Where is it at?
Oh yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
It's the same. It looks the same, but this is actually gold. The little hanging part's gold. The tie bar itself is gold filled, and there's diamonds. So I'm like, well, that was a pretty cool find for $1. But I don't know who's gonna want it. But it's pretty cool still.
Is that DuPont too or not?
Yeah, they're both DuPont.
Yeah. You'll be able to sell that.
Yeah, I haven't messed with it yet because I was like, let me do a little more research on them.
So I did not make a sale. I had an offer. So there it is. There's my offer. There's my marching band uniform. See it? It's a nice.
Yeah.
I had $39 on it, and I got an offer. Now, should I take this? I'm really tough on. I've got 99 cents in this thing. Okay.
That's your answer. That's your answer right there.
Offer. Should I take it?
How many people are interested in it?
It doesn't. I mean, I just sold one for 39 today. I shipped it, and so now this is the second one. It's sold, man. I mean, I've made my money back.
I'd take it. They say.
Yeah, I'm not messing with it. I'm not over. You know, it's 39 down to 30, and I got shipping.
I would take it.
I
don't know if you can see this little thing.
Yeah, where am I shipping it to? Yeah, it's going up to Brooklyn, New York. He's got a feedback of 115.
Yeah, if it looks good. You see this little pin when you get a chance.
Safe driving team, Domino's Pizza. Yeah.
It's so random, but it's the kind of things I find.
Yeah. So you probably could put a man, that's great. I mean, isn't it amazing when you list, you actually sell stuff?
I know I've been lacking with my listing lately. But I've been trying to, ever since we had the garage sale on Saturday, and ever since then I've been like, I mean, if you can see behind me, I don't know if you can see too much back there. It's a mess. I've been going through boxes and just trying to kind of regroup into like, is it worth me sitting on this $5 item anymore? Not really. And then trying to get rid of it.
I've kind of my sorting goes where I've got like 3 boxes. Apparently they're worth something because I put them in boxes, but apparently not. And I try to narrow my 3 boxes down to 2 boxes. So I try to get rid of enough stuff or consolidate down. And, you know, I've got taxes from back from like 1998. I don't need that. I don't need those receipts. It needs to go in a burn pit. Did you get your thing, Cooper?
Hey, who was the old paper person? I was watching somebody the other day that was like really into old papers.
Ephemera. It's Don, the auction professor, likes that stuff.
Like these are all old hotel receipts.
Yeah.
The guy kept every single one of them. It's kind of crazy. And then he had all these like railroad company, whatever.
Yeah, so that would be a good probably bundle sale. Somebody buy that.
I don't know how to sell this stuff. I mean, old postcards from back in the day.
So somebody.
This was the neatest thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Disney day passes from the 70s, and somebody texted back in and said, "Hey, those are still good. You can still use those."
A real.
Yeah. Western Union, yeah.
A real one. This is from, what day was this? I don't know what day it was. July 1957.
Wow.
But it's just cool. I mean, kids nowadays wouldn't know what that thing was. I probably wasn't around old enough to know what these. I mean, I know what it is, but I wouldn't know. I would never have received one of these.
And it's somewhere in our stuff somewhere, but I remember my grandmother showing me the Western Union telegram that she got when Granddaddy was captured in the Battle of the Bulge, and the Red Cross sent something out that we think your husband is a prisoner of war.
Oh, man.
Or something like that. So people used to communicate was Western Union, you know?
I don't know. Another railroad company thing.
Yep. You should be able to get that railroad stuff. It might. It's cool. I'd probably bundle it all up if you don't want to mess with things.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. To me, the artwork is neat on most of it.
Yep.
That's another railroad company advertisement.
What city was the gray line? The one you just showed me.
The gray line. St. Louis. This one.
St. Louis. Yep. No. The one before that. It had an aerial photo of a city.
St. Louis as well.
That's and is that a drawing or a picture?
That looks like a picture.
A photograph?
It looks like a photograph. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of
Looks
the I think
yeah.
it was
See.
Popeye's postcard was he was talking about like postcards that have aerial pictures of cities. You got to think
Oh.
about, you know, back into the older postcards, you had to get up in an airplane, you had to have the right photography equipment and take a picture that was in focus from the air.
Right.
Today, you just do it with a drone or whatever. Yeah.
It's a cruise line,
Yeah.
and it had a indoor pool. Where is it at? It's hard to see on my phone.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I don't know where I got this stuff from. I just like old stuff. I just have like, I like going out and finding this stuff. And you get it for nothing. I mean, people basically give this stuff away.
Yeah, because they're just going to throw it away, most likely.
And there's a bunch of like letters. Oh, and that's another thing too. Like these old airmail letters.
Yeah.
I don't think it was actual. It was from Illinois to Texas. But just, if you read them, I just like the way they talked to each other. They were so respectful.
Right.
And so nice. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten a nice email from anybody. Not as polite and cordial as they are in these letters.
You ever come across old credit cards and stuff like that, especially that is branded like that when companies change their logos? Like, think about how many different logo changes Sears and Roebuck or J.C. Penney's have gone through, or the gas stations have gone through, and people like collecting that old stuff with the different branding on it. So I remember my granddaddy used to send me credit cards. He would cut them up in about 10 or 15 different pieces, and then we'd have to put the credit card back together like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I find pieces of jewelry like this that are super pretty. I mean, it's weird looking, but it's really pretty to me. Yeah. But I don't know anything about it, and I'm like, is that glass? Is that some special stone? I never know, you know. But it's definitely handmade, and it's definitely old.
It looks like sterling 925.
Well, it does have a sterling mark. It does have the 925 mark. But as far as the
and then those little clasp up top, I actually look like a paper clip, but I know that it's not. But it kind of reminds me of a paper clip. That's pretty.
I get those and I hang on to them. I never know. I'm like, I wonder how much that's just worth. Is it worth a lot of money? Is it worth $5? I mean, I never know. I know this is sterling.
Yeah.
I just liked how it.
Yeah, it's like a tree thing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
What's the other side?
It's just a plain stone.
So that's a bolo. See, you need to like Thelma Thread and Hip Flippin' Mama and there's Anna Moore. Anna Moore hangs out. I think she does jewelry too. You just ask them.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah. I don't know if that's a bolo, but yeah, I do have a bolo, a really cool looking bolo somewhere. Oh, here it is. I don't think it's actual. It's not turquoise, but if it was, or sterling, it's not sterling either. But if it was, it's pretty cool looking. It's definitely a bolo tie, though. You can see the the bolo clasp. But yeah, I thought this was kind of a cool looking bolo tie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just get the weirdest stuff. My wife sometimes is like, "Where did you get that and why?"
Yeah,
you really think you can sell that? I'm like,
all the neckerchief slides from my dad that he carved, you know, and it's just like, my kids don't appreciate it. What am I going to do with it? That's probably the least of my worries on getting rid of clutter right now. But eventually, you have to pass it on or do something with it.
Right. One of the things that I've been doing in all my packages is I send. I don't know if you can read it, but it basically just says. Well, you probably can't read it, but it says proudly display this soldier.
Yeah, I said, what does it say? Proudly what? Proudly display this soldier and use it as a pray for men and women. Yep.
And then basically I add that with I pick up the little toy soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll put a toy soldier in every box I send out. No one's ever got mad at me yet.
Yeah, so they know you're a veteran or
Yeah.
service member. Yeah.
So I'll cut one of those off, put it in there, and just as a reminder, because being a veteran is something I'm proud of. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The person that does get mad, just remember you fought, so they had the right to be mad.
that's right.
I mean,
That's right.
I mean that's what I like. You know, the other day we had some kind of like some trolls hopping on the channel and talking about beheading my kids and this and that. And I said, hey, at least in America we can talk like that. In some countries, but
Right.
I was talking to Uncle Jimmy today about some of the crazy talk on YouTube, and it's just like when people are disrespectful, you just got to realize that it's something to do with mental illness. Something's just not right. I mean, we should all be able to get along, and if you don't like what somebody's saying, you don't have to listen to
Right.
them. What, Kendall?
You're welcome, old school picker. Thanks for recognizing it.
I don't have my name.
I need to get a rubber band. Do you have a rubber band? Go to the front door and get a rubber band for me.
I don't know.
Uncle Mark.
I don't know where, and I don't want to go. I'm too scared.
Kendall, I got to open this up and see what's in here.
But yeah, definitely if you're at garage sales, though, and you see things in this case right here, they're definitely pretty valuable.
Yep.
And get all the providence you can on it, because I didn't, and I feel so stupid for not doing it now. He had pictures of his graduating class and everything, and I just left it behind because I was stupid.
You have now though. It's just like you gotta.
And I was in the Air Force, so when I saw it, it's something that talked to me. That's why I grabbed it, but I should have got the other stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to find. There was a shirt that went with it. I can't find it right now. Like I said, I got a huge mess in here, and I just wanted to get on because I know I kept saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get on one day with you," and I never did. Yeah. So
we've got to. I've got to get those. It's now's the time if I'm going to do those Pokemon. I got to get that organized and figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah, you definitely got to get through those because there's a couple ways of doing it. You can try to sell them in the blister packs. You can try to open them, and then hopefully you get lucky and get the good cards. Or you can even do like a break, what they call it breaking, where they open it live and have people pay for them. I don't really know how it works, but there's a few people I watch that do baseball cards that way, and then a couple of them do some Pokemon cards, the newer stuff. I still don't know how old the ones that you have are. I think they're pretty old though.
You want me to get them out right now?
Like I said, I'm not a super expert on them. I just know if they were worth something, I was going to be able to help you out. But I wouldn't know them by looking at them, to be honest with you. I just know enough to get my son and say, hey, look, what's ones are these ones from? I mean, he would know more about the series sets than I would. But if they're the original sets, those are going to be worth some good money.
I know. I think Anthony's pretty knowledgeable with Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was I was all begging that one day. I was like, send them to me. I'll give you your $100 back first and then split you 50-50 the rest of it.
Yeah.
When you were telling the night you got them and you were telling Mom.
Kelly was she was kind of like, you'll do okay. And I was just kind of buying outside of my wheelhouse. And then I don't know if it was Ricardo or somebody else was bidding. And then I offered to split them with him, and then he didn't want them. And then I'm like, oh gosh. So, and since then, I haven't bought much off of the auction.
Right.
Because I've done a lot of buying, but I haven't flipped any of it. And it gets expensive when you start buying stuff at auction, and then you got to pay shipping. And, you're not moving stuff like you should.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it just depends on how much money you want to get for those. If you just want to get good money, put them on auction and hope they get some action.
Right.
Or, do a little bit more research, find out what series they're from and
grab that.
See what you can do.
See the white box up top there, Cooper? Grab that one, please.
And then if you ever get into the auction business, I got this for us.
Oh, the gavel. Yep.
I picked it up in a box the other day. I'm like, hey, I'm going to use that one day.
The nice thing about doing an auction is you get
What the?
Pokemon, baby. Let's see. Hold on.
How do I see the screen bigger? Oh, I'm looking on my computer. That's how I'll do it.
Because Brady will.
Let's see. I'll go back to me. All right, you still there, right?
Yeah. I'm looking on the big screen.
Brady.
Evolution. All right, so let's see if the date is on here.
Dad has a whole box of Pokemon.
You better hide them now.
Package.
Yeah, see, these aren't old. Wait. It says 2016 Pokemon, 1995 to 2016
What are
Nintendo.
you doing with all these?
I don't think these are old. The
Can I have
2016 is only 3 years ago.
Dad, can I have these?
No, you can't have these.
Why? Where'd you get them?
Somebody posted. Somebody posted the other day. They're like, I know my screw is loose on my glasses, but I need my glasses to fix it.
I guess XY Evolutions is probably 2016, like you said. It's not that one's not that old. Are they all Evolutions?
Yeah, what are you doing with all these?
The problem is that where the date is on these. All right, I got Primeral Clash, Fates Collide, that's still 2016. I have a feeling.
Yeah, those ones aren't very old.
They're what?
That one's not very old either.
Yeah, see, I think I got sold a bill of goods on these suckers.
Can I have some?
$5 a piece.
Who said that?
No, I'm saying to your son.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like, give me $5, you can get one.
Oh, this one is open. I wonder what. Yeah.
Oh, I'll take that one.
No, hold on.
Had an open pack.
Well,
That's 2000 here. You want that? You have that.
yeah.
That's the one. Hand me the other pack.
I want this one.
Was there a shiny in there?
Maybe that's the one that's the.
I don't know. All I want is it. Yeah.
Man,
They're all newer, huh?
what's my exit strategy on this?
They're all newer stuff. Well, they're not new, but they're not old.
Hey, can I get this one? Daddy, I'll give you
What?
Daddy, I'll get this one. I'll give you $50 for this.
You gonna give me $50?
Yeah. Okay.
So
What did I pay? I paid 100 and something, didn't I?
I think you're at 100 even. I thought you said
Yeah, and then I had
you
shit
paid a.
for that.
Oh, did you?
14, whatever.
I'll have this one.
Priority mail 2-day.
Can I have this one? Can I have a few?
Medium flat rate box. What? Is that open? No, let me see it. I'm just worried that y'all are gonna open the one that's worth so much money.
Dad, look. This one is a.
Stream Siege and Breakthrough.
I
Did
want.
Fates Collide. Ancient Origins.
Can I have one of those?
So if Fates Collide had 4 different artwork, so if you have 4 Fates Collides with all different artwork,
Yeah.
they're not selling very expensive. Like $9. That's it. So yeah, I guess the Fates Collide aren't worth that much.
Take this one card.
So hold on.
Sell.
Your hands are sticky.
And you can sell this
Sun and
one.
Moon Evolution. Does each pack have a different title, or those things that I'm reading off are they like groups of stuff?
No.
Those are all the different series. Sun and
Okay.
Moon.
So each series hopefully will have more than Sun and Moon, Breakpoint, Fates Collide.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, bottom line is
What?
you'll be able to get your money back. You're gonna be able to get that easy.
Okay. All right. Let's put it back up, boys. Coop, Brady, you can have.
But if you have any of the old sets, like if you find one they're called Jungle or what was the releases?
Hey, can I have
Let's see if
another?
I can find it.
Just one. You guys go stay out of this. This is your truck money, boys. Cooper, put this back up. Yeah, see, I'm outside of my wheelhouse. That was an impulse buy. You know?
Yeah.
You get anything good? I don't know.
You have to go through them. Yeah, just go through them all and just keep checking their names, the titles, and then see what the oldest one you have is, and go from there.
Oh, here, put this one, Cooper.
But some of the new ones can be worth money too. It just depends on what's inside of them, and that's the
Right.
gamble. That's the.
I don't know. Thank you.
And another thing the other guy said the other day, and you don't really know if they were or not. They could have been weighed and the good ones taken already. You don't really know.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure those were they were in a storage, right? That's where he gets his stuff from.
Yeah, mainly, yeah.
We got any Eagles fan in the house? Any Eagles fans?
You can't guarantee that didn't happen either. So, but yeah, you'll still get your money back though.
Yeah.
You just gotta list them. It just all depends on how much work you really want to do for it.
That's it, Brady.
Crazy. Look at this thing. I don't even know what this was for, but it was cool looking.
Oh, yeah. That's
little dude drink.
Is it copper or brass?
I think it's
Copper?
copper.
Yeah.
These
Little
Is
drinking
that a
Irishman.
shamrock on his head? That's a shamrock, right?
Yeah.
Destiny would like that.
Little shamrock. Little.
my good cards.
He's funny.
These are EXs. And then I have all of these.
I have no idea what is it like you play a game with them or
And then
something?
all of these.
Yeah. Did he have a shiny card?
Yeah, he's got some shiny.
I have a shiny card.
Yeah.
Show him your shiny
I
card.
sold them for $5 because Pokemon sucks.
You have like a million.
All right, wait. Is mommy in bed already?
Yeah.
She is? All right.
This one. It's feels like cases from.
Oh, that's 2016. He wasn't watching. So, Aaron, you know about Digimon?
Oh, it's the Charizard?
Is that Pokemon too? Like a
Do you want these?
What are they?
Was that a Charizard? Is that the one he got? Was the
It's
foil one?
It's a Charizard GX.
What?
yeah, but you don't.
That's-
You're not
That's the
storing.
one he pulled?
You're messing up. That's the one. You see that, Aaron?
He pulled that from that one you just gave him?
No. Did you get
No.
that out of what we just gave him, or
I
what?
pulled this one.
Oh, what's that one?
It's the Paris GX.
Oh, this is like I don't know, like a little.
That's what
Mm.
he's for.
That ain't work.
Lapras DX.
Ice beam.
But you
That's
want
the
these?
damage it
You
does.
want
Oh,
If let me see them. Okay.
I don't know how to spell Lapras. I know it. I think that's Lapras.
hold on. I'm gonna
Lapras
get
DX.
something. I'm gonna show you something. I can't believe we got 15 people watching this stuff, but
They're all here for me. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, they're all here for you. That's right.
I wish. As many votes as I can get.
I have all of these.
Lapras GX.
All right, show them this, Brady. Kendall, turn that down, please.
Those are me go on my big screen.
Hold on. All right, switch to.
No, I give you some
all right,
Pokemon.
start over, Brady, please. Thank you. All
I want Pokemon.
No, but he's selling me.
right, let's see how.
I'll give you some more cards.
Those are pretty cool.
So these are like, are they Digimon?
Oh, the Digimon, yeah.
So they were
Those are-
basically, one of my clients moved out of town. She didn't want it. She had framed it for her son. And so the cards are not perfect. I think I've got this listed for like 50, 60 bucks.
That one is pretty cool. How long have you had that one?
That's like it's dated 1999. I've had it for about 2 years. But I would think I probably need to put this back up on eBay.
I think this. Well, yeah, definitely that. I think the shipping's gonna kill you in that though, huh?
Well, I mean, if somebody wants it, they can pay the shipping. I'm not worried about it. That's like Tommy was saying the other day about how you that's why you like selling big items, because a lot of people don't like selling big items.
That's true. That is cool. I mean, that frame's worth $50.
Well, yeah, they probably spent that much in just the frame, and I don't know much about it. It's a Kiyoshi Hongo Toei animation.
And I know they came out after Pokemon. I do remember that, but I don't remember. I don't know much about Digimon, but I know there's still a following, and something like that's really cool for somebody who is reliving their youth nowadays.
Yeah, so they're what, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, I guess, if they're 1999. Bandai. I don't even know why. I guess somebody told me they were Digimon.
They look like Digimon with the names. Appymon. Yeah, that definitely looks like Digimon. I don't see where it would say Digimon, but just the way their names are, and then Mon.
Somebody was at, it's like you're buying as is because they're like stuck to a mat. I don't know what the quality of the card is on the backside.
Yeah, those are pretty cool though. Yeah, and did she use tape? Did she use masking tape? I mean, you never know when you pull that out.
Yeah, what the professional like. Look at this one. That one's just like promoting like a game, I guess.
Like I just said that I had bought this at a Goodwill the other day.
All right, hold on, let me switch back to you.
Oh yeah, I'm still looking at yours, but it reminded me when I said you don't know what they used. So whoever matted this in a frame, they used masking tape.
Right.
And I think you can see it where the residue stayed behind.
Yeah.
But the piece, I don't know, it's a Space Jam.
Oh yeah.
It's
Is it on metal? Is it on a metal plate?
It's what do they call it? Lithograph highlights. Okay. But it came with this was in there too.
So
it's the certificate of authenticity. I can't even say the word right now. But the funny thing is here it says it's a certain number out of 10,000.
Right.
And on here they hand wrote it out of 15,000.
Oh.
So it's an error. Next you get more money for it. I'm just kidding.
Right.
But if you like Space Jam, this is a pretty cool little piece.
Yeah, and that was Michael Jordan. Yeah.
But whoever matted it into this little cheap frame it was in, they put tape on the back of it, and it's all kind of ruined in the back.
No, I don't think that's too much of a deal breaker.
Yeah, but if you try to take what I was thinking, if you try to take those Digimon photos out, are the back of the cards ruined? I don't know. Depends on how she matted them.
I'm going to sell this as is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm taking it off the frame.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No,
that's a cool piece. That's a big piece, but you said you don't mind it.
I got to get it. I mean, come on, man. I've had it for a couple of years now. It was one of my handyman customers, and she told me I couldn't retire until she moved out of town. And I didn't necessarily retire. I just went on to something else, but I stopped doing handyman when she moved.
I'm going to ask you to chime in on the whole. Did you see Commonwealth's video today? Commonwealth Pickers video?
I did not.
I think it was today's video. It was either today or yesterday. But basically, he bought a John Deere hat off somebody. Was that yesterday's video or today's? So he was at a garage sale. He saw a hat. He passed it. A guy bought it for $1. He ran over to the guy and said, "Hey, I'll buy that hat from you for $20." Apparently, the hat's worth like $300. So I guess some of his viewers got mad. I don't know. It sounded like they didn't agree with it. I'm not sure of the whole story.
So he bought the hat for $20?
that he approached the guy and paid 20 for the hat, knowing that it was worth, more.
Yeah, that's good. I mean,
But his argument, I don't know if he's arguing, but his stance is it's kind of the same thing when you buy it. If they want to only charge you $1, do you tell them, no, let me give you $300? You don't do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know why his comments were giving him a hard time, but
well, I mean,
it's still a question though.
If you sell it for $300, then and if you're feeling guilty about it, you go back and give that person some money after. Hey, the hat was worth more than I thought. I felt bad. Here's some money. You probably didn't know it was worth that much.
I'm giving my friend 17 Pokemon collectibles.
Great. What are y'all up
What's
to?
that?
And as long as you're honest, that's the biggest thing about everything.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's all an economy. It's worth $1 to somebody. They buy it. They sell it for 10. The person buys it for 10, sells it for 35. That 35 guy ends up dying, gets back to Goodwill. Somebody buys it for $1, and that thing keeps looping unless it ends up in the trash.
Or like in that case, the guy who had bought it for $1, he only bought it because he said he didn't comb his hair that morning.
Right.
So he was happy to get $20, but it was worth $300.
I paid $1 and I sold it for 20
at the same yard sale. Exactly. So he was probably super stoked. But yeah,
and then
somebody
Kevin was like gonna flip it. Yeah.
Somebody took issue with it, and he made a comment about it, and I kind of agree with him. Like it's whatever, That's what we do. That's it's all perceived value, anyways. It's not finite. You don't. It's not guaranteed.
This French Art Nouveau clock back years and years was when I was in high school, and I think we sold it to the neighbor for maybe $50. And Nada, her name was Nada. She knew what she was getting. She ended up selling that thing for a couple $1,000s. We didn't know what we had.
That's crazy.
But it was worth it. It's worth $50 to get it out. My parents had moved it around the world, had been put in storage,
right?
Been passed down or whatever. We just didn't know what we had. That's half the part of the game, I guess. Part of the hustle.
Just knowing what you have. That's true.
It wasn't like she offered me a price. I said, "Hey, I'll sell it to you for $50," and I thought I was making some money.
Yeah.
All right, let me go put this frame up. I'm sitting here holding it.
That's fine. I'm not going to entertain though. Have your son come back and entertain everybody. Oh, too late. Oh goodness. And Philly Picker. That's why I picked up that Space Jam thing. That kind of brought back some memories of my son. It really wasn't my favorite movie, but I remember bringing my son to it. That's why I picked up that Space Jam thing. That kind of brought back some memories of my son. It really wasn't my favorite movie, but I remember bringing my son to it. That's why I picked up that Space Jam thing.
Oh my gosh, Kendall. All right, what do you got going on, Kendall?
Dad, did you see this?
Go ask Mommy.
Hey, there's Marie. Thanks, Marie, for the other night.
Brady's phone.
Yeah.
Getting out the word on my contest. I just saw your post there.
Ask Mommy if she's got a plug to match that. Please.
Dad, but do you know where Brady's phone is?
No, he's got it.
No.
He's got it. Uh-oh.
What?
Justin and Marie said hi, Kendall. Oh, I was wondering, the chat was like on my StreamYard was stuck on back when Anna Morris said thumbs up. And I'm like, man, nobody's commenting, but I realized my toolbar was way.
Oh, and I'm in the wrong chat anyways. I was in top chat, not live chat.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Dad, she said no.
She doesn't have one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing all kinds of things now. Yeah, they are supposed to be remaking Space Jam. I hope they don't ruin it. That's way back though. Oh goodness.
So yeah, I was going through my when I was grabbing those seeds out of the back corner of my staging unit today, I had a bin full of DVDs. I've just got all this stuff I've got to decide what I'm going to do with. I think I'm going to get the boys to scan them on declutter, which is a little trick. You scan them, and if anything rings for declutter to buy back, then it might be worth listing.
Yeah. I tried that declutter
list.
They don't want to pay you nothing.
No, they don't. But that's what I'm saying. If they if it pops up 10 or 15 cents, then it's probably a $5 or $6 DVD.
Right.
And that scan goes pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, Denise, I probably haven't been reading the chat. What did Denise say about that's why you never answer me, John? Don't worry, Marie did. What did I do?
Well, yeah, I wasn't watching chat either though. My chat was on my computer and I'm over here talking.
I had the chat I had that toolbar up and I was like, man, it's not moving. No. And I'm like, oh, there's like 10 people watching, but nobody's commenting. What's going on, So I did last night. I had a men's group meeting, and afterwards I ran over to just pop around, did some retail arbitrage. I ended up going into Walmart, and I ended up buying calamari from Peru that was already pre-cooked. I ended up having calamari for dinner. Are you a seafood person at all, Aaron? Or
I'm not.
Yeah.
Calamari. I mean, that's the squid, right? Yeah. Nah, I don't do calamari. I don't really. Only thing I'll eat would be shrimp. I'll eat shrimp. That's about it.
Okay. So, what did Marie say about where do you find returns at Lowe's? So, sometimes they put them out on a rack. A lot of times they're like right around the like in the plumbing area. It's normally on a shelf, kind of right around the cashier in the plumbing area. Just go in there and ask, hey, do you guys have any deals on any special order returns? They're called SOSs for some reason, special order stock numbers or whatever, but you're looking for the stuff that, people order custom mowing towel racks, and they're like $60 towel racks, and they'll sell them for $30, and you get a relationship and all that in there. And sometimes they'll mark them down to like 15, and then you've got a little wiggle room there because you can, you've got 15 in them, you've got about $10 to ship, and you can make 10 or 15 bucks profit. So you just got to do your research, scan it. Don't buy anything unless you've done your research. Don't trust that, that towel rack is a $65. Just because Lowe's is selling it for $65 doesn't mean that that's the going rate for that towel rack. It may be a, $42 towel rack online. And then if you buy it for 15 and you're shipping it for 10 and then your fees, then you're not as profitable at 42. But if it was a $65 towel rack, now you're in business. So I think I put one of my early YouTube videos, I don't even know if it's still up, but it was like how I made $100 at Lowe's today. And it was a faucet that I bought, and it was a little bit long tail. It took a couple months to sell, but I knew I was gonna make $100 on it. So, and I got, I know enough where I can go in and look at the directions and make sure all the parts are there. I had on that one, I had to buy a tube of silicone plumber's grease to put in there. But other than that, this thing's ready to go,
That's where you tie up some money, though. If you have to know what you're doing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, that's my wheelhouse because I had a handyman business, so I'm familiar with the lighting and the electrical and the plumbing. So so you find your little niches. Like Denise, you're kind of new to reselling. It's it's overwhelming because you got all these different people throwing out all these different ideas, and realize I'm still learning, man. I still learn too. Hopefully there's some benefit to some of the things I share. But I just do it, Dad's Vintage Garage way, and Aaron does it Aaron Marcus way. And, Garage Flips does it Garage Flips way. I mean, everybody's got their own thing. You just take your little tidbits of what you can grab from everybody, and use those little tidbits and all that. It is about. I do have to admit though, is you've got to make some relationships or friends in your reselling business, so you have people to lean on, to call. I'll shout out Hip Flipping Mama. She's been very supportive on just if I'm having a rough day or whatever, I'll call her up, man. She'll take the heat for me. You know what I'm saying? To support you, answer questions, all that. So, but that's the whole community, honestly.
Yeah.
Once you get people don't want to make the time for you, because when one person succeeds, everybody starts succeeding, and you can say, "Oh, I don't want to share my information." Most likely, you share information, most people are not gonna. They're gonna haul off and do nothing. Most people, honestly, you can give them tidbits,
right?
And they'll, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Very few people are going to haul off and try to copy or do what you actually do.
That, or they're not going to do it very long because it's very difficult. It's not difficult. I'm sorry, that's not the right word. It's time consuming, I guess is a better word, and you get overwhelmed fast. And if you're not a person who sticks through things, you'll quit it before you start it, because I remember about 6 months in, I was like, why am I doing this? But then every time I hear cha-ching, I get super excited still. So it's kind of weird.
It's like, I was wondering why Kendall had frozen the screen on the thing. It's like listing, and somebody starts selling on eBay and they list 3 or 4 items and they say nothing is selling. Well, you haven't listed enough. I mean, you gotta, if you have anything decent, you gotta list at least 10 items and get a 30% sell-through rate. So you'll sell, you list 10 items, you'll sell 3 that month if they're decent items. So you just gotta keep listing and kind of figure out your niche.
Yeah.
So Denise was talking about taking notes. Hey, let me see.
Oh yeah, John takes good notes. He'll write down anything you tell him if it's good.
I try to, here's Bolos. I used to do like different channels. I would take, let me see, I might have that, how much I spent on those Pokemon.
I thought it was $100 per pack plus shipping. I think you said, oh no, too much glare.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know where I put it.
Too much glare. I can't cover the glare. Look at this little Betty Boop silver thing.
Oh yeah.
I can't really show you, but yeah, it's silver. I got this. So that's what I was gonna tell you. So when I first started doing this, I watched Thrifty Treasures, Tanya.
Yeah.
And I found her because I just did a local search where I live, and I found her, and she was in the jewelry. So I started buying jewelry jars like crazy. I have pounds and pounds and pounds of jewelry. But then I find things like that Betty Boop that I don't know what it's worth. I mean, I know it's worth something. And then like this bracelet here is really cool. See if you can see it. They look like little bullets. It was made by a company called Bullet Girl.
Yeah. So have you researched it? Hold on.
But she only sells it on her website. She sells this bracelet for $400.
Right.
And I think I have it on eBay for like 100 and something. But I don't know how someone's going to find it because it's so specific. It's one person who makes it, and she makes it for like a charity. Not a charity. It's like a women empowerment type thing.
Right.
But it's so pretty, and I guess if someone's going to pay $400, I'm sure they'd pay the 100 whatever I have it for on eBay. I don't know. It's just going to sit on eBay until someone sees it and says, "Oh, I need that."
It is so kind of cool. Yeah.
It is cool, but for now, I just put it there. But the coolest thing about doing jewelry, and I'm not an expert at all in jewelry, but like if my daughter or my wife, they need something to go with their outfit, they just go to my jewelry and they just get what they need and they use it for the night and I put it back in there. So it's kind of it's like a little store for them. which is really cool. I mean, I got plenty. I got jewelry everywhere. But
So
most
yes,
of it,
going
I would
back
say.
to my notes, Denise.
Oh, your notes. Yeah.
Like here's one of the things I've done. I've got a whole page of a lot of the resellers and their real names. Just trying to keep track, you know.
What about subscribers? Is the people you're subscribed to?
Wade's Ventures, NASCAR Man,
Dad, they can't hear you.
things I
We
have
can
to
hear.
sell as of June 1st. Eating Healthy, Newfound Past Thrifts. Mike, he's a Virginia guy. Strategies to becoming successful eBay seller. Change listings daily.
Do you have a friend that lives near you that helps resells with you?
I've got my neighbor across the street, Kevin. He kind of originally just kind of not dared me, but said, "Hey, you need to try eBay," and he kind of helped me in the beginning. Kind of just, and he was like, "I'm surprised you didn't quit," you know.
So this is weird. So when I first started, there was a guy who lived like 2 streets down from me, and I was garage selling it, and he had all this stuff, and I said, "Where do you get this from?" And he's like, "Oh, I get it from liquidation pallets." And we talked for like 3 weeks, and it was cool. Like one time, he even gave me a pallet of books, and I offloaded all the books for him, and he gave me half the money.
Right.
And it was like an $800 purchase. Like I made a ton of money on that some books he had. And we had a good cordial friendship. But there's a local auction here it's called LL Auction. It's a local auction to us. And every week the guy has like 50 items or 100 items, whatever it is, a couple pages of items you can look at. Well, the guy assumed that I was overbidding him, and then he doesn't talk to me anymore. And I'm like, dude, I would never overbid you. It's just weird. He just doesn't. He won't talk to me at all.
You're at, like, you know, that's when you kind of have to take your friendship hat off in business, and it's just like if you guys want to run each other up, which you're really not supposed to be in collusion, where you like, hey, let's buy this together and split the pallet or whatever.
Right.
And you can do deals like that. You're really not supposed to line it up. You know, you line it up before the auction. Hey, we're going together, and kind of let them know we're not bidding against you there. We're doing this. We're splitting this 50-50.
Right.
I've had that before where people like it kind of act squirrely when you're bidding, but it's a business, you know. And
well, this is all online, so he wouldn't even know it was me, and it wasn't me. So it's kind of weird.
Well, they should know because like half the time, some of my buddies will say, "What's your bidder number?" So I don't bid against you, and then I never end up checking it anyway.
Right, I never do.
I'll call Kevin across the street, you know, because he's a flight paramedic on a helicopter, and he's up late some nights. I'll call him and say, "Hey, are you bidding on this auction?" And you know, it's like, "Oh, it's a vacuum cleaner. You know, I don't want to go above $12 on it." And he'll say, "Well, I'll do 15." I'll say, "You can have it," you know, and we'll kind of say before we even start bidding, we'll just say, "Hey, did you see that, or did you do?" You know.
Right.
So I don't think I've been called out on that before because I'm a tightwad anyway. I'm not going to spend, you know, anybody that's been in business, they're going to outbid me because I don't spend a lot of money buying.
That's what Sandra told me the other day. She called me scared. Scared money doesn't make money. That's me right there. Like I'm trying to get it as cheap as possible. I don't have a lot of working capital, but I just do it part-time.
So we got 14 people in chat. If you guys make sure you got checking out everybody's channel and all that. Cheryl Knows is in here, and she's a local. She's a Richmond lady that I met yard sale and very friendly. And so, hey, Cheryl. So go sub the channels if you guys can.
These are disgusting.
That's grapefruit, Kendall. That's a good deal.
Oh yeah, that would be good to promote to women soldiers.
How many thumbs up do we have?
I don't even keep track of that. Let me see. We'll go back. Let's go check. Kendall wants to check. 12 thumbs up. Great. Thank you, guys. So what are those? Old light bulbs. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're old C9.5 light bulbs. So I was going to ask you, when you list something like this,
yep,
and you can't test it, but they're new, what do? Do you just say they're new and you can't test it?
Just new as is.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole box, like 100 of them. But I just like the artwork. I mean, look at that.
Here's the deal.
Cool.
I would say buy. Please buy a decor item. Have not been tested. Stuff like that.
They're all.
Um.
But they're all blue.
Yep.
I'm like, but yeah, I got a bunch of those.
Yeah, you could do a little joke on that. Those are some blue light bulbs. So, Cheryl, have you put up a video lately? I haven't gotten any notifications.
New old stock? Okay.
Yeah, new old stock or top shelf stock or cleaning out the closet. I don't know if you'd want to put like updated to LED because some people, well, I don't need to be buying old bulbs if LED, but then some people like that old stuff, man.
Well, I remember they used to get real hot.
Yeah. I used to take the tinsel. Did you remember that?
Yeah, funny old school
tinsel, and you'd stick it on the light bulb, and then you'd stretch it out and melt it. And
yeah, because the bulbs would be so hot. Yeah, it burned the tree down.
Yeah, old school said blue light special.
Literally blue light special. Yeah. I wish this worked. This brought me back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The whistle, you whistle and it beeps. Remember that?
Huh.
It doesn't work though. I bought it from a garage sale. It's old. I think, yeah, the Echo key. I don't know why I even keep it. It doesn't work. It's just the artwork on it. I think is why he kept it.
So you've got enough odds and ends if you're like really not caring about it. You need to do what's called a junk drawer auction.
There you go.
Where you just kind of throw it out. You make sure you cover your shipping. You put, just start it at $3.99 or something like that, and see if somebody will go for it. And that way you've kind of covered your expenses and you've kind of cleaned some stuff out. But you're showing me all small stuff. It doesn't take up a lot of room.
Oh no. No. I got a bunch of. I got tons of stuff.
Oh.
Trying to see what else I had up there.
What am I doing here?
Yeah, they're C9.5. Whatever that means.
The table is drawn on.
Yeah, great.
Let's show you. Okay.
Has she done any auctions lately? I know she was doing the auction prep last time. Your daughter, yeah.
Or should call a bid. No, we've never done like a really actual live auction. We might do one for fun. So it looks like Cat D's is going to be on in 30 minutes or 20 minutes from now. So
okay, guys. So we love to draw on the table.
All right, Kendall, put your camera back. What are you doing?
It's everywhere.
So here's something that, like I told you, I get weird stuff. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's an old, I don't know how old it is. It's a solid brass made in India belt. My wife, when I brought this home, she almost passed out. She's like, "What in the world is that? Is it a wrestling belt?" I said, "No, it's an elephant."
So aren't elephants like almost a religious icon? Are there? They're very respected in India, and
right.
I mean, if you like ran over or killed an elephant, you could like go to jail.
Yeah, when I brought that home, though, she was like, "I don't know why you buy these things that you buy." I think it was like $2, but it's pretty heavy duty. This was a long time ago. I've had this. I've never listed it or anything because she discouraged me when she said it was ugly. But I'm like, someone has to look. It does look like a wrestling belt, though, doesn't it? And now, enter the ring.
It really does.
But it's
so Denise, I'm going to put Uncle Jed's auction shed, but you find him on YouTube under Jerry Whitney, okay? And that's a local Kendall, please, you're like destroying. Put all that in the recycle right there, please, for me.
Even the knife?
No, not the knife. Sister, what are you doing, girl?
I'm not sure.
So look up it. I don't think he's doing an auction tonight, but look up Jerry Whitney, okay? And then you'll find the auction, and they'll ask you for your information if you want to bid or whatever. You can let them know that Dad's Vintage Garage or John from Virginia, and that's fun entertainment, honestly, for the night to watch them.
And another thing you can do is just Google your local area, just like local online auctions, and be cautious of which ones you look at. But there's like 6 of them in my area.
Right.
They're just all online. They all seem to use the same software. I think it's called like Ubid or something, and you can do pretty good. Just watch their fees, because there's one guy here that has like a 25% fee on top of your bid, and another guy has like a 2% fee.
That's called a buyer's premium.
Buyer's premium, that's the word I'm looking for.
Uncle Jed's is just straight out what you bid is what you pay plus postage. And he's super fair. Wants, because he doesn't want to make a one-time sale. He wants you there for life, so you come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, in our area, I've got like RCI Auction, eBid Local, and then a couple of the auction houses have all gone online. So, and then you've got, it's not an auction site, but you've got sites like Gov Deals and all that. You've got Kendall is like pouring salt and pepper on the table. I'm sitting here watching what she's doing. But you got to just find your niche. I would say Auction Zip's another one. Yeah.
Right.
So, Denise, you get a lot of information. Is like you got to figure out somebody had listed on one of the Facebook posts. They had all this glassware, and what should I do? And some of the advice that people were saying is you've got to stop buying and you've got to start listing. So it's great. It's great to like, you think, oh, I'm going to start a resale business and I've got to have all this inventory.
Dad.
And the trick is most people don't have a problem finding inventory. Their bottleneck is the listing and selling of the stuff. So you got to figure out that how to list it, and whether you put it on a platform like eBay or Mercari or Poshmark or local platforms like Let Go, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, reseller groups, and just get started listing something and figuring out the interactions on, do I like dealing with these types of people, or do I just want to like ship everything out of state or out of town? Do I want to, have to meet people? I know your situation is your mobility may not be as flexible as some people, so you may not want to have to schedule meetups and all that. You may want to, just handle mailing stuff off and putting a 2, 3, 4 day handling time. So
Dad,
I know it's a lot of ideas, but just find a few things that you think you're going to donate to Goodwill. Throw them up. I remember when I was first learning eBay, I just posted some postcards. I took a couple of postcards. I never sold them. I don't even know what happened to them. But I did my first listing. Somebody showed me, take a picture or put it up there. And because you're going to learn you'll learn by your mistakes. But
and they always never heard that before.
So
I've heard that before. Start with your own stuff, just some small stuff. A few things you don't have anymore, don't really want anymore.
Dad, can you please
give it a try? No, that's all you can do. Because you're gonna make some mistakes in shipping early on. You're gonna do little goofy mistakes. I mean, I just did a mistake the other day where I sold an item for $12, but shipping was $14.
Right.
I didn't mean to have free shipping on, but I did. And then you pay for it. I mean, that's just kind of mistakes you're gonna make. Little mistakes like that, you overlook it.
So did you cancel order? No.
No, I just shipped it. I took the hit.
That's the right thing to do. You honor, whether you screwed up that listing or eBay somehow screwed it up. You got to honor it. It's your listing.
Yeah.
And gosh knows that was only a $2 mistake.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure I've had worse. But yeah, I got to go take care of my grandbaby. But I appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate anybody who still has voted for me. I'm still trying to get votes. I know Treasure Hustlers the other day, you were live. They were going to help me, but I haven't seen them since that day. So we'll see. Hopefully they're okay.
What's your timeline on that? Is it always do you just have to get vote or what's?
So when it started, they were going to do one set a month for 12 months. I think they're on like the 5th set already. So
Right.
I think I got about 7 more chances, 7 more months.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they realize there's a demand. I mean, it's just like.
Well, a YouTuber did it. A YouTuber named Boogie2988. He did it, and it was part of their promotion. It's a 2-part promotion. It's 1 to give out 12 sets of teeth, and 2 to raise awareness for insurance companies to accept, to pay for the service.
Right.
So it's kind of a 2-part deal. And then, of course, in my video that I made, it has the link to the petition for the petition to insurance companies and the petition to vote for me.
Right.
I mean, you can vote for anybody you wish on the list. I would hope you'd vote for me if you had a chance. But
so did you put your link in the chat? Go ahead and put it in there, man. He's the red curtain guy. So everybody he's trying. We're voting for him to help him get his teeth fixed. Is what he's doing. So if anybody's wondering what he's talking about.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find the link real quick.
So Denise, keep asking questions, man. But it's like it comes to a point where you just gotta kind of jump off and start.
Don't be scared. That's it.
Putting a few listings up, and then you're like, okay, I'm live, and then you're gonna start figuring out. But do not. I just advise you, don't go out and start buying stuff thinking to resell. Just practice with stuff you've got laying around at first, and then if you decide you're kind of liking it. Because there's guys that say your profitability is really not in the sale, it's in your buy. It's how cheap you can get it. It's really how much you're going to make on the back end.
That's the link to vote for me, but please don't click it while he's live because it'll take you off the page. But that's the vote to the link to vote.
Well, I mean we're about almost out of here, and I think Pat Dees is getting ready to go live.
And
So
Marie, I much appreciate you.
Click on it and go vote because I want you to vote now. Don't forget about it.
And Marie, thank you for bringing it up the other night because the Treasure Hustlers, they got me hopeful, but then they haven't been on lately. So hopefully they'll see this and be like, oh, I forgot about that. But they had mentioned that they were going to be able to help, but it's tough. It's tough. I thought for sure I'd have more than 154 votes. I really did, but it is what it is. If everything happens for a reason, and I know it's going to happen, I know the community is someone's going to get behind me and it's going to work out. I just can't afford it. It's between $40,000 to $60,000. I can't afford it.
Wow.
You don't have to watch the whole video. But yeah, just vote if you can. And like I said, I appreciate you having me on.
Oh yeah.
It's been fun.
Pop on anytime, and don't feel like anybody is always welcome, and don't feel like you guys have got to make like a 30-minute hour commitment. If you just want to pop on for 5 minutes and do I love the show and tell. Everybody likes talking about their stuff. I love the show and tell. So keep coming on and doing your show and tell.
I'll try to get organized and I'll try to get on some other time. I appreciate you doing it. I like that you allow people on because it gives everybody a little voice and that's appreciated.
Yeah, I mean it helps too because I can sit here and ramble and I don't know if what I'm rambling is any benefit, but hopefully there's something I say that helps somebody else out, and I get to share a little bit with my family, with my kids, and what's going on, and this is our busy schedule, and kids at baseball and cheer, and we ended up eating. I had date night with my wife, or date day with my wife today at like 2:30. We went out to eat, so we didn't eat dinner with the kids, and they had lasagna grandmommies, and it's a typical activities.
I hear you. It's good. Well, let me go. My grandbaby needs me, so
all right, man.
Thanks everyone.
Oh, you're
Take
welcome.
care. Thank you.
Yep. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Stop tickling me. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm doing your best.
Oh my gosh, Kendall.
I do.
Or get a napkin. Oh my gosh, she's rubbing my back.
I'm getting the goo.
Oh, gee, you're gross. All right, I said,
Who
yep, they
just
put
said your name?
what?
Who just?
I put it right there, Uncle Jed's. So Marie, do you get credit for sharing when the auction, or do I get credit for sharing?
Dad, your phone's dead.
Where is it?
It's upstairs.
Well, bring it down here so I can plug it in. So I need to take some pictures of that listing. So
because I made it dead.
I know you do run it out. So I was seeing what else has went live tonight. How do I get rid of that? So yeah, does anybody else have any other questions or anything? I don't know if I can answer them or not, but I mean, let's get up. If everybody needs to do a little bathroom break, and then we've got Pat Dees is going live with his talk and all that. I didn't realize I was going to be talking this long. I just wanted to get on, show a couple of my show and tells from the dumpster dive stuff and the Thursday night chit chat. Did you see, Marie? I'll show you this was like from the Alta dumpster. And I don't know if you should be talking about them, but they just, it's just like, I saved this from the landfill. Come on, people. What's going on? So it's like these racks. I think they actually went in these acrylic bowls right here, like that, maybe. I'm not sure, but I think I've got 3 or 4 of these, and I thought they would make cool. And it's like, I don't need another project. But I thought that'd make a cool lamp, man. Let me try. I'm gonna turn out the lights.
Why are you turning off the lights?
Because I'm gonna show my lamp.
So he has a flashlight under it.
Yeah, don't knock it down. Please don't knock it down.
It's glass.
Yeah, man. So isn't that cool?
It's awesome. It looks really cool.
So I think I've got 2 more sections of these. Maybe I can make it a little longer. But
Mom can put him makeup. Huh.
So that was my exciting dumpster dive for the day. Whereas last night before I went to men's group.
Look, it's off.
All right, Kendall, you got to stop. You got to make sure I get my phone back. Okay, go turn the light on for me, please. And that root beer smells like sugar water.
That's what you're drinking.
What?
Literally. I'm tired. Okay, let's turn it off. Make it up.
It'd be cool to, like, if you had a shot glass collection, you could put your shot glasses in here. So anyway, another project. And then I've got that flat LED light that I've got to work on too. So
I'm so tired.
Yeah, Justin. So I just hope, I'm all talk now. I hope I can follow through and get the project done. So, all right. So we're about done here, I think. Thank you guys so much for popping in, hanging out with us for a little bit on a Thursday night. I know we're going to be doing a couple of festivals. Hopefully I can stay positive at the school with the PTA and realizing that we're all volunteers. We've all got different time schedules and all that. I was just a little bit upset that they took the gardening budget totally away because we had no parents participate last year. But I'll get over it. I'll volunteer somewhere else if I have to. So, but make it a good Friday. Do your list. Denise, let me know I want to know when you list, okay? So, not sure if I'm going to be doing any yard sales Saturday and all that, but I want to start maybe post a few more family or, just daily videos on like dumpster dive hauls and just right out of the truck. So that's my update. Thank you guys again. If you get a chance, I think Pat Dees is going live. I'm not going to tell you what to watch. You can watch what you want. We've all
I'm gonna watch LOL videos on your Chromebook.
We've all got our options and all that. So, but thank you for watching us, hanging out with us a little bit tonight. We're Dad's Vintage Garage, small part-time reseller, and we appreciate y'all's time. So,
And
thanks
I'm gonna
again.
watch something on my dad's Chromebook.
Buenas noches, Kendall. Who knows what Kendall's going to do? So,
I'm gonna watch something on his Chromebook.
I'm going to go probably take my, since I've got a heart valve, I'm going to take my warfarin, and then I'm going to do my INR. I haven't done my INR this week, so
Can I do the shot?
I don't know. You can maybe so. So, all right. Thank you guys. Good night. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumb. Do the side and
All right. That's it, man.
like the bell.
That's
Bye.
it. We're done. We're done.